Yeah, so last class we talk about how to design a template using HTML and CSS. We did something like this, which is blog page. Although we've not finished everything, but as time goes on, we are going to add more to the function of each page that we've been creating, from the home page to the blog page to the contact page. That three page, we are going to add a lot of function to it, and by adding that function, we are going to be using JavaScript and PHP, so whereby we will be able to connect from our front end to a database, so that when we are trying to add something from home page to the database, it will be very easier for us to do, but we are still going there. So what we are going to do today, we are going to discuss an element of designing or creating a form. So that is what we are doing today. So as we all know that we have a blog page, let me share the code. We have a blog page. Can you see the code? Maybe I can still maximize it. Let me maximize. Yeah, I think we can all see the code a bit. Maximize this. Yeah. So we have a blog page, we have home page, and we have contact page. So I think that's the three main page that we have. So we want to design okay, we have a contact page already. Let me see what we have in the contact page so that we won't need to open another. Okay, good. This is our contact page. Nothing is there. So I want to create a form on this contact page and a box here using a grid element. As we all know what grid means, normal English, grid. When you say something is in grid form. So that is what we are using now. So let me try to clear the content of this page. Let me save it. So there's nothing going to be here. I'm coming. So yeah, I think we need to have some elements here that is missing. We have HTML, we have head, between head, let's say we need to add title, and that title is what we are going to name our page, which is a contact page. So when we save it now, the contact page is going to show here. Let me draw. Can you see? This is the main function of title. When you add title to your page, it's going to show here. So if I don't add title to it, let me say I comment it out and I save it, it's going to show only the file name and the server name. So it's not going to show anything. Can you see the difference? Can somebody say something if you see the difference, please?
Can you explain again, please?
What I'm trying to say is that if you have a title here, as we all know that a title means, let me save it now, a title means you are titling a page on your website. Can you see that this page show contact page? Like this, for example, my inbox say inbox, then blah 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 blah. So this one will also show contact page on the title tag, on the title element. So a title element means you are titling your page. Let me hide this thing again. So you are titling a page. So if I remove this title now, you see that it's not showing us a page that we are. So that's just the simple thing that there. So what else do I need to do? I need to link my CSS because I will need to style the form. Let me link the CSS file, which is this file. I'm going to link it here. Link ref is equal to the file type, which is style sheet. Style sheet, then href. Href means the file name, which is this one, style.css. Then I'll close it, save. So that means I've linked the CSS file to this file. So I'll just write all the HTML tag out. Then we now go and style the the form here. So let's now go to our body, which is the body of the page. Number one thing that I will need to add, I said we are going to have something like a column. We're going to use a column to do the design. And also, I mean, first and foremost, let me explain some element of form for us. In an element of form, we have an let's say we have a lot of elements. Number one, we have form element, input element, submit element. We have under input element, we have text, radio, checkbox, submit button, and other buttons like that. And also we have text field element. If you remember, when you are filling a form online, they will create some a little space for us that okay, you can type any message here, and that space is what we call text field. So text field is a field that is going to be a bigger a bit so that you can type some things in there. And a radio button is when you have an option of picking two, and when you have a check element, that means you are selecting multiple option, multiple choice. So I will go through all those elements before I create anything now. So let me start with a form element first before we can do anything. So um before you can create a form, you have something that we call form element. When you close it, it's going to open for you. So that means we've created a form element here. So let's now say in this form element, we're going to put everything there. Let's say form element, save. Are you seeing the output now? Hello, are we there?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, okay, good. So like I've said, I said we have an input element. An input element allows us to input a name, an address, and then anything on the form. So I'm going to write everything out and do a little example on it. So let's say we want to start with a label element, how to label a form like first name, last name, Kinecon name. So let's do a little label. We have element that we call label. We close it, then you say first name, first first name, save. You see, it shows first name. So we can even say okay, column first name níwájú ẹ̀. Then let's say we break it. Do you remember this element? Hello, I know we
Yes,
remember.
Hi.
yes,
Good,
yes.
good. Thank you, thank you. Then last name. So last name. Save. Then that is label element. If we don't know, that is an example of label element. So let's now say we have from the input element, we want to have an area where they can type something. That is what we call an input element. Sorry, input element. Let me draw this one down. And from an input element, even if I save it like this, it's going to show. Box kan wá. But that box, which is nǹkan tó gbé input element wá ni o, nǹkan tó gbé box yẹn wá ni o. This small thing, òun ló gbé input yẹn wá o. But let's now give our input a specification of nǹkan téèyàn lè type síbẹ̀. Tẹ́ bá ń fill form, ẹ máa rí pé ibi tẹ́ bá type orúkọ sí, tẹ́ bá type number síbẹ̀, á ní letter is required, number is required. That is part of a form. Validation. We call that part validation, but we are not going to that now. Don't let me just bug us with little information. Then type of what we are expecting is text ló máa wà ńbẹ̀. Then ẹ jẹ́ ká fún ní ID in case tá a bá fẹ́ fún ní any format. Then ID, then name. The name is first name. Then let's now break last name. Yìí ká break ẹ kó wá sísàlẹ̀ padà. Fẹ́ try nǹkan kan. Yeah. Break. Okay. Save. So then last name, ká break òun náà wálẹ̀. Ká fún òun náà ní input text. Input tag. Input tag. But nínú input last name wa, a lè sọ pé type. There's another thing that you can use last name. Sorry, text. There's another thing that we can use. Instead of using type, we can use for. FOR. We can use for. That for also, is it? No. We can't use for on this side. Sorry. What's wrong on me? Input text. Then ID. Let's say last name. Last name. Then name. Name is last name. Save. Let me break this one down. Oh, somebody wants to enter. Let me break this one down. So, are we making sense? Shane, get a line. Any question? Any question so far?
Yes, I want to ask the question. Is
All
what
right.
we are doing now, is it a sort of like a form?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
because you keep saying you're repeating text, first name, last name. So I just want to make sure what we're doing.
Yes, we are
Okay.
designing a form. I'm just introducing you how to design a form. And
But
what are
I
the
ask my
elements? What are the elements
No.
that we can use to create a form like that?
All right.
Kó àwọn elements yẹn jáde. So in case tí n bá fẹ́ wá ṣe normal form tá a fẹ́ lò, then kò ní níhùn pé okay, tag wo ni ọ̀gbẹ́ni yìí tún lò yìí, kí làwọn elements tó tún lò yìí tá a tiẹ̀ mọ̀ yìí. So I'm just trying to introduce you to all those elements. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Can I move on?
Yes, I said I have a question, but network
Okay.
where we have that label,
Yeah.
if we don't put that label
Mhm.
and we just put first name in front of input, won't it work?
In front of input. níbí báyà
Yes.
níbí
No,
báyà
before input tag.
yes, like
Níwájú
input,
something.
like first
If we
name.
don't put if we put
Yeah,
first name
yes.
and we remove that label, won't
Ó
it
máa
work?
ṣiṣẹ́, ó máa show. But if you do
What is
that,
not the
if you
I
do
want to
that,
know the difference.
yes, the difference is that. The difference is this. If you do that, the label, you won't have a priority. I mean, sorry, you won't have much more control of this text.
Okay.
And in a form, there's some particular element that you can use and you must use to make it work properly. To make
Okay.
form work properly, both in validation and other thing. Excuse me, let me check my messages. I think
Mm.
I'm checking some. I have some messages to that. So sorry for the for the delay. So you won't have much control on the text. So the only thing that is best for you to have control on is to have a label, to put it in a label. So that means you are labeling that box, that input box. Do you understand? So so the best thing is to have label. Sometimes maybe if you don't mind, you can even say you want to have a div. And if you have a div, you can also have control over the box. I mean the text. Let's say comment this out. Let's save. Can you see that it's working? Yeah. Hello.
Yes,
Can you see that it's working? Even
it
if
is.
when I use
Hello?
a div element. So when I use
Yes,
div element, it's still working. But the best thing to use when you are designing a form is to use a label element. So even you can use a paragraph. It's still going to work. It depends on the structure of what you are designing or what you want. Say this. Can you see? Even the
yes,
paragraph give it a paragraph, like the next line is another paragraph. So you can even do that. You can structure your code anyhow. Do what you like, do what you know best. But the best thing is to do, the best thing to do when you're designing the form is to use this label so that you have a control over it. So let me show you another element. We call this element radio button. I say input, input, the type is what is giving us the type of element we are putting out, which is radio. Radio, then you can give it ID. Let's say ID will if you know. Thinking. Let's say HTML, then name, say language. Language, let me give it a value. Value to my wanta. Taking some pay Yoruba. Yoruba, that one's gone. Then label. Let me use 4. I'm trying to use 2 radio button. Input type radio ID. HTML in case if I wanted to style it. I might use that to style. Then name.
Àròfọ̀ fọ́nì o. O ò sọ pé kí
English.
la máa jẹ. Ìwà tí mo tún wá dé, mo tún wá bí ẹ pé kí la máa jẹ. Ó wá ṣe bí pé o wà bothered pé oúnjẹ yẹn ò kún ẹ. Ó wá kọjú
English.
mọ́ sísítẹ́ẹ̀mù tí lọ. Ó wá ṣe bí pé kò kún ẹ nǹkan tí mò ń sọ kò.
Madam, mute o.
English.
Ìtìjábà.
English. Okay, language. Let me see his language. Because the name is language. Language. Value. English. English. Closes. Label. For. Yeah. Label for HTML. It's English. 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 Save. Can you see what I'm saying? Yoruba, I didn't think I break this down. Okay, here, this is what I didn't break. Last name. Save. So I can say paragraph. Choose a language. So when I say choose a language means I want the user to choose which of the language is using. So the user or the person that is using the system can say, okay, I'm not using, I didn't know Yoruba. This is what I know. I know English. It's English that I'm using. So I'll select a language. So select a language. So selecting, selecting a language, or if you have multiple options, sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm rushing. If you want to use a radio button is used when you have 2 options. Maybe you are creating a form whereby you want the user to select whether a female or male, and you won't want a user to select I'm a female and I'm a male. And there's some country that you can even say, okay, you wanted to choose another gender. So choosing that, using a radio button means you want the user to pick or to choose one option. Do you understand? So that is the function of using radio button. Radio button is used when you have yes or no option. That's all. And when you have a check button, a check button is used when you have a multiple option or when you want a user to select a multiple option. So that is the function of the element that we are talking about. So let me create a sample of check button. Checkbox. What can I say, what can I say? What can I say? What can I say? Okay, let's say we have an input. It's also an input element. And the only thing that is going to change is when we have type. So if you see that we have type here, which is radio. We have type here, which is text. Another type that I wanted to use now is checkbox. Checkbox. So can you see? Checkbox. Then let's give it an ID. Let's say the ID is
Coach, ẹ má bínú, ẹnìkan wà ní waiting room.
oh, ojú mi ò lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, sorry. So ó ti lọ ni o, mi rí o. So we have this. I think it is where is the waiting room now? Who is? I can't see anything here. Maybe the person should rejoin.
Okay.
Yeah, the person should rejoin. Yeah. So the person should rejoin. So checkbox. Then in checkbox, let's say ID. We give ID and let's say country. Oh, who is banging me this message? Okay. Country. Then we have a name. Country. Then there's a value. Nigeria. Then label. The label should be, let's say, country. Okay. Don't let me even use for. Let me just use label straight away. Just use label straight. Nigeria. How about break this? Let me break this one down. Save. Oh, what have I done? Inputs. Okay. So save. Can you see that error? Because if you are doing that and you are not seeing what you're supposed to see, a space can just give you another thing. It's what happened here. I just type a space. Just a space. Are you there with me?
Yes.
So, and when I close the space, I save it again. It gives me what it's supposed to. So I have Nigeria. Let me just copy this. So that won't be 2, 3, 4. So I have Nigeria. Then who else? Somebody, okay.
Any syndrome waiting room, brother?
Yeah. I've accepted that. I have Nigeria. I have Cameroon. The label. Cameroon. Then what else? Try this one twice. Control C.
Are you listening West African countries?
I'm just typing country. I don't even select
Okay.
anything. Yeah, I'm just picking country. Yeah, I didn't I did not even select. I just pick. What country can I type here? Let's see, Uganda. Don't mind my typing. I'm just picking any country though. I don't pick specifically. Say, okay, this is country I'm selecting.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Save. So label. In front of the label, let me break it down so that the country can be in the list. I can even put it in a list. You get, because I think we've talked about listing. So cut Z to X, say in front of label here. I need a break. Then in front of this Cameroon, I need a break. I don't need this input. It's not useful. Save. Cut. Paste. Save. Then there's an input here that I don't want. Cut. Save. Yeah. So can you see now? Country, you can select country multiple, it's a checkbox. But radio button, you can only pick one. If you are able to select radio button, two radio button at the same time, that means there's an error somewhere. Are we together?
Yeah.
This is a name. You can type a name here. It is a text that you'll be able to type. You won't be able to type any number. So even if you type number, if you wanted to submit it or you want to submit it, it won't go. It will ask you to type a text because we've specified that it is a text box here. We give it type that the type of input you're supposed to get is a text box. So I don't want this class to be longer. I think it's getting longer now. So what elements do I need to show you? Let me check my paper because I list maybe a 3. Okay, so let's check okay, radio button. We talk about radio button, text box, submit button. Yeah, the submit button is nothing but just a simple button. The only thing that is going to change here is type. As I've said earlier, input, then type is equal to submit, then value. Value means what is going to show at the top of at the front. value submit. Then you close it. Save. Let's break this down. Save. So this is submit button. So we can even add an action in front of our form. You know, it's part of form validation. I think we're going to do that class separately, how to validate a form. But let's introduce ourselves how to just design a form. So if you wanted to validate, or if you wanted to put something at the front, you can just say action. You say action, then let me say you should go to okay, let me say submit. Submit dot HTML. Save. Let me now create a file here, say submit.html. And in front of that, let me just write HTML body h1 form was being submitted. Save. That's good. Let's go to the form. Okay. Save. Assuming we've validate, we've done everything that's supposed to do, then when clicking submit, the form is going to do a lot of things. Number one, it will send the data that is collected to a database if we want it to go to database. If we want it to go to an email so that it can notify the manager of the company that somebody just submitted a form, maybe an inquiry form or an order form or something like that. So we're going to specify those. We're going to tell that that's to an action where it's supposed to go here. A lot of things are needed to be had here, but let's just start gradually. So when you click submit, it's going to go to where it's supposed to go. So that is the simple element of the form, and that's the most important thing that is needed to know in the form element. As time goes on, I think when we are doing something else, we'll still be adding some elements to it. So can we now go to a proper form that we're supposed to do for today? Are we tired? Hello?
Let's go there.
Any
ó ga
question
gbogbo
here
bóun
before?
àtàwákù ṣe là gan ó ti dá.
Any question?
Many questions, many.
Can you write it down so that when we finish everything, then we now?
Dábàá ẹ pa àwọn question yìí tó gbọ́mọ̀ pọ̀ lẹ̀.
Ó lágbára.
So let's write down all our questions. Then when we finish this class, when we finish this class, then we now dive into it. So let me just comment this form out. Oh. Let me comment it out. Yeah. So come on. Yep. So I'm starting new form, close. So that's, oh shit. I want to design a form that is making sense. Let me create a div As we all know, I'll give a div the class name and give a div the class name row. That's the div. Let me save so that you can be seeing the output. See, there's nothing. Hey, maximize it. So there's nothing here. As you can see, you started new form. Yeah. So enter, create another div. Give it a class. What class can I give to this one? Column. Column. Close it. Go there. So between these, I wanted to have a paragraph called maybe let's just some introduction to form class and submit form. Just writing jargons, don't mind me. Let me say H1 contact us form. Save. Are we there? Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. So by closing this, let me give another div. That'll be my second column. Class name. Let me see column. Then close this down. That is where I'm going to design my form. Say form. What I just did now, let me just explain in those 2 sentences. I created 2 columns. This is my first column. This is my second column. In a row, this is the first row. So the sentence here is going to be at the left, while my form is going to be at the right. That is what I'm trying to do. So in a form, let me just say, okay, label. So we can use label to name first name. First name. Let me give it column. Sorry. After the first name, followed by input. Type text. That means we are expecting text to be entered. Let's give it an ID. An ID. First name. Yep. And let me give it a name. First name. Then there's something that I said is one of the form validation required. If we give required, that means a user can never submit the form unless tó bá fill the form yẹn, tó bá fill the information tó wà ní inú column yẹn. Ẹ ti fill àwọn form yẹn rí tó máa sọ fún yín pé this place is required.
Yes.
Good. So label, last name, inputs. Sorry. Type help be a text, ID, last name, then name, last name, then last name is required as well. We need the user class name. We need the user's last name. Let me save it. Everything should work. That's good. Àti style so then label okay, jẹ́ ká béèrè address. So address is one of HTML tag. Sorry, one of HTML elements. So then input type the text, because text now is all types in for ID address. Oh, address. The name. Address. Required. Close. Save. It's going to be there. Then phone number. Label. Phone number. Phone number. Let me close this. Column. Then input. Can input image? Hello. Can input image? Can I suggest input image? Harisas, are you there?
Number
Ronú sáré sọ kí time tó lọ.
figures, but only boy man
Inform, tell, man. Tell.
Value.
Telephone number.
Yeah, telephone number. God bless you. Yeah, you get it.
Okay.
Can you pay JavaScript, be PHP, variable name. Try to get it by. You can use variable name. Inform. Required. Let's close it. Then let's now between one logo to move low. Label. Country. I wanted to use select element tag. In the country, I will now use a select ID. Let me give it an ID so that if I wanted to style, it can be easier for me to style. Country, then name. Country. So I want to have an option. The option 1, value, Nigeria. Let me close it and say Nigeria. Let me just copy and paste so that I might save time more. Control C, V. Yeah, ẹ máa sọ country fún mi ẹ jọ̀ọ́, orí mi ti kún. Mi ò ronú mọ́. Ó yá, USA. Country wo tún ló máa tún wà níbí o? South Africa.
Uganda.
Uganda.
Ghana.
Ghana.
Australia.
Australia.
Kenya.
Can I have a question?
Yeah, you can. Learn Biba, you know.
Using this select option, you know, the times instead of this value, we can use selected. So what is the difference between
Selected.
using
Come again,
I've
come again.
used
Can you hear me?
option, ibi tẹ́ ti kọ option yìí,
Yeah.
option yìí. You know, after this option, we have value. Instead of having value, anyway, my own, I don't have it like this. I now have selected. I now close the tag and put the country at the back.
You list all the country.
Yes, I use option space instead of value. I put selected. I close the tag and I put the country at the back.
Wait, like this. You have a select form. I mean select element like this.
Yes. No,
Then,
after the head, then I have the option. Option space. I have selected. In between in the option, yes, I have selected. I close the tag. I now put Nigerian, for example, at the back.
Like this.
Yes, and I put Nigeria. So I did it like that for all the country, and I closed the next tag.
Like this. Wait, sorry. Like this, right?
Yes, but I didn't close that option tag.
This one.
Yes, I didn't use the closing tag for it.
You know, like this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
like
can the
that.
result in?
For me new results. I don't know. Like this. I don't have it like this. Oh, I have it. No, I don't have it like this. I have it in such a way that I can select. Let me put it on the group.
You know what? No. You can put it on the group. Let's finish this class first so that we can be doing that later. So that I don't want to break.
Okay, that is fine. But why my question? Okay, let me just skip my question.
Yeah. Let's pile it up.
I want to see the difference between using selected and value, because in another scenario too, I use value.
Don't worry.
I can't really pick the difference between the two.
There is. Okay. So what next? I want to give let me give you a label for message. Label type your message, then test area. Share message. Give it row. How many row? 4 row. Required. Close it. And let's have our submit. Input. Type. Submit. Okay. Sorry, let me use button because it's a button. Use the button. Yeah, button type. Submit. Let's say submit. I don't want to use value. Submit. Save. Yeah. So can I see the difference between this the text area and the text? So if I select here, let's select country. So let's now go into styling. You just style it in just 2-3 steps. Before we style, do you understand what I just type here? All the jargons I type here. Nobody is answering me. Well, I know we are going to have a room for question though. So let's now style. Let me start from, let me check the class name I gave. Okay, form. Class name only form. Should I just use it like that? Okay, how many form do I have? Only one form. Good. Since I'm not having 2 form, I can use form like Basheloni join. Aristas, do you remember?
Yes.
Okay. Display flex is going to flex. Can I give flex? Show ambition flex. Flex direction. Should go to column. The gap. Gap should be, I don't know. Some people may ask that what is the meaning of this one rem? If you remember what I sent to the group, I sent some pictures to the group that shows how and the type of format of format of numbers that you can give size. You can use px, you can use rem, you can use percentage. Do you understand? Like that.
Yes.
Okay. We have a row. Okay, let me check. Contact form. Class name. Okay, I have row, I have column. Okay. There's a row. Display flex. That's a beauty mark color. That's column. Let's give one first combination manner. One padding. Give 20. Then border. We give 1 px solid. And jungle white. The white color we give we give black. I think it's not. Should not link it. Style.css. Got them first limit of facing you. Style.css. Relationship. Style sheet. Style.css. Oh shit. Simply can now. Let me now copy. Okay. Good. Sharing pé ó ti ṣe nǹkan tí mo fẹ́. Sharing nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan. My style.css is not in the same directory pẹ̀lú ibi tí contact form wà. Ìmọ̀ bí grammar mi yé yín. My file, which is contact form, nǹkan tí mo design, kò sí níbi tí style sheet wà nítorí ẹ̀ ni ò ṣe ṣe nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ kó ṣe lẹ́ẹ̀kan, which is nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ kó fún mi yìí. But moment tí mo fi sínú directory tó wà tó yẹ kó wà kó change. Tí n bá gbé style.css yìí, tí n bá gbé lọ sí under image, ṣe rí pé ó ti dàrú padà. So
kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
Style yìí, ibi tí mo ti ń style ẹ̀ yìí, ibi tí mo ti style ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan tí mo ti fún ní tí mo ti fún àwọn fọ́ọ̀mù yẹn ní formatting pé kó display flex, kó display kìíní kan etiquette. Fáìlì yẹn kò sí ní the same location tí kìíní mi wà. So tí n bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ fún ní tí n bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ wá location ẹ̀, although mo lè fún ní mo lè wá location ẹ̀ bí o because location ẹ̀ under image folder ló under app ló wà. Yeah, under app ló wà. Kò sí ní under HTML. So I can now say okay. Tí mi ò bá fẹ́ move fáìlì yẹn síta because nǹkan tá a ti design tẹ́lẹ̀ kó má lọ dà wọ́n kó má lọ disturb ẹ̀. Mo lè sọ pé /app then /.
Okay, making
image.
reference.
Yeah, màá kàn make reference /app /style sheet. Tí n bá save ẹ̀, ṣe ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ṣé nǹkan tí mo ṣe yẹn yín ṣá? I'm trying to give a location. Yes, good.
The location of the.
Adesas nìkan ló yé o, ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa máa sọ̀rọ̀ o.
Nà ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ tí ò bá ti yé yín, just talk if you don't
mi ò mọ̀ nǹkan tẹ́ ń
understand.
gbé láti inú áàpù tẹ́ ń ṣe rẹ́fẹ́rẹ́nsì sí padà.
Good. Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni. If you remember, we talk about inline styling, then internal styling and external styling. Inline styling, inline mean pé kẹ́ máa style gbogbo nǹkan tí mo style níta tí mo fún ní kó wá sí kó flex, kó bold, kó ṣe kíní kan yẹn, mo máa ṣe nínú táàgì kọ̀ọ̀kan báyìí, mo máa type ẹ̀ báyìí pé style. Màá dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní design style yẹn, màá máa fún ní style, màá máa fún color oríṣiríṣi. But tó bá jẹ́ pé internal styling ni, internal style yẹn gbogbo style yẹn mo gbọ́dọ̀ ní style tag níbí báyìí màá ṣe báyìí style màá dẹ̀ close tag yẹn báyìí inú bíbá ni mo máa design gbogbo kinní yẹn sí so but external styling òun la ń ṣe láti lè jẹ́ kí code wa kó neat so èèyàn lè máa rí gbogbo HTML tá type ẹ̀ tún lè rí CSS tí a fi style ẹ̀ láti lè jẹ́ kí code yẹn wà clearer sí wa so ibi tí fáìlì yẹn wà ó wá yàtọ̀ sí ibi tí mo fún ní location bí because you need to link the external styling with your HTML file so láti lè link ẹ̀ kí connection wà láàárín àwọn méjèèjì òun la máa ṣe ń lo tag yìí which is link relationship the relationship tó wà láàárín wọn òun ni style sheet then location ẹ̀ òun ni href location bíi tí fáìlì yẹn wà which is under application ni style sheet yẹn wà which is eléyìí so òun ni la fi sọ pé application/style.css so tí n bá gbé fáìlì yẹn kúrò ní under file.css tí mo gbé wá síta báyìí ṣe rí pé nǹkan tá à ń ṣe ó tún ti dàrú kò rí bí ó ṣe rí tẹ́lẹ̀ mọ́ ṣó ti yé yín báyẹn so the essence of doing that ni pé gbogbo fáìlì yín ẹ jẹ́ kó máa wà ní under folder kan tí gbogbo fáìlì yín bá ń wà ní under folder kan everything máa easy láti locate kò ní fún yín ní any error kò ní fún yín ní any problem do you understand now so let me now take it back to app ṣe rí pé ó ti yàtọ̀ gbogbo style tí mo style ṣe rí pé ó fún ní kíní bí báyìí ṣé ó yé yín báyìí
Ó ti yé wa.
ẹni tí ò bá yẹ kó sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀jọ̀ ká má kàn máa waste ìtọ́ lásán so a lè
Coach,
repeat ara wa.
coach,
ẹ wo kọ́lọ́ ń ṣàánú bó ṣe máa ń kọ́kọ́
ẹ
rí
jẹ́ n
nìyẹn
sọ̀rọ̀.
doing coding for the first time.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mà, Adisas ẹ jọ̀ọ́ jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ mà, ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Coach, tẹ bá notice pé class wa yóò ń silent. Kò ń ṣe pé
Yeah.
nítorí anything o. People are àwọn kan ṣe kí lórúkọ ẹ̀, à ń fún yín ní pé so that kò ní sú yín ẹ lè máa ṣe but really people are really not getting along. Ṣẹ̀rí the fact that pé along wo video and come back to table fún yín ó yẹ ká mọ nǹkan tá à ń ṣe gangan o. Ṣé mọ̀ pé mo kọ̀ọ̀kan lẹ́ǹkan ní pé ó yẹ ká mọ nǹkan tá a máa lò fún a particular design pé okay o a fẹ́ ṣe fọ́ọ̀mù nsìn bẹ̀ ṣe explain lénìí nsìn pé fọ́ọ̀mù tá a fẹ́ ṣe lénìí o àwọn nǹkan báyìí la máa ń lò input to index or so tẹ̀kọ́ earlier on yẹn.
Yeah.
Ó yẹ ká familiar mọ́ àwọn kinní yìí ká tó go further because for me report time fún yín bí ká ń ṣe copy and paste fún yín ni o. For
so
me
kò yẹ understand.
Copy and paste ni o. Stage kan mo understand it but now we are going deeper and I need to come clean to you that I really need to know what I am doing because I am interested. I don't just want to be giving
I really appreciate that.
Thank you. I don't want to be
Yeah.
giving copy and paste, just taking unnecessary glory fúnra mi pé mo mọ̀. Ó yẹ kéèyàn mọ nǹkan tí
Definitely.
òun ṣe mo torí a ti ń go deeper mo feel pé jẹ́ ká come slow ká understand nǹkan tí à ń ṣe. I'm not talking on behalf of everybody but I know that irú mọ́mì aside the fact that pé kò sí laptop ní ọwọ́ wọn she's just leaving us pé kó má dàbí pé àwọn slow wa down wọn understand dáadáa she understand irú happy home ń sìn aside the fact that pé wọn ráyè he's interested in the course but he's still not he's still not on the track. Another person is Fatima. She's interested in the course but Bashem Balo yìí they are really not on the track. So Bashe ní ká máa lọ yìí ẹ máa feel ní pé
so what do you now think that we can still adjust again?
Bóyá ẹ máa padà sẹ́yìn fún wa. Bóyá ẹ máa padà sẹ́yìn fún wa. Be summary of the basics. Then we'll start again. She understand? Then we'll start again. Just like a recap. It's just an opinion. Ẹ má bínú everybody.
More understand.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Can we use Monday class to do that?
Let every other person come on mute cause sorrow. Èmi kò mi ò mọ̀.
Can we close? let's close this class for today so that I can stop the recording so that kò ní lè gùn. She understand bí nǹkan tá à ń sọ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀. Can we do that? Then we now pour out the amendment, the question, the suggestion that we can put together to make things work.
Yeah,
Can we
you
do
can
that?
stop the recording. You can stop the recording, sir.
Okay, let me finish this one first. Let me finish this one. Font weight. The font weight means bold. How you want the fonts to look like. Oh, bold. That means if you font weight, àwọn element yẹn, àwọn label yẹn, wọ́n light. So when I give it bold, it what? It comes bold. Then input. Let's say, let me have this. It types the type input and it's text. Then we have another input. Input type. It's got to tell. Then I think we have text area. Yeah. We have text area. Which give it 50%. Then padding 0.5 rem. Then border line. So 1 px solid. I'm going to use white, but I'm not using whites. We use something like this. Yeah. So select. I'm using all those elements that we've used to give it style. So I'm not doing something crazy, just normal simple thing, but I'll still explain everything to you. Don't worry. Padding 0.5. Border, say 1 rem px. So solid dot white. Border. Okay, I'll give it border. Yeah. Button. Background color. Let's use blue background. The normal color. Use white. Then border none. Width. Let's say 50%. I know. Border radius for px and padding 0.5 rem, then 1 rem, then cursor pointer. Yeah, you say, yeah. Remove this one out. Yeah. Where's the contact form? Yeah. So our first name, after the first name, inputs, let me break it. BR is going to break this one as well. Save. Country. Type. Country. Nigeria. Yeah. Save. Then after text area, BR. I'm just using the BR element to break the field. So that's just this. That's just the basic. These are the basic form. I didn't finish the styling because of time, so if I'm trying to fill this form and I don't finish I don't finish filling some part of the form will ask me to fill this form. Please fill in the field because of the required that I have typed here in the form. Sorry, let me show you. This required. So if I remove this required now, like let me just remove this required, cut. For the first name, we'll remove required, and for the first name, we'll say whereby. So let's now go here. If I type something here, number, sharing color, submit the form here. Could be the type and first name because I've removed the required elements. So let me just put it back. So that's just the basic form. So don't let me do too much because we are still going to style it the way I want, but because of time and the discussion and the question that is going to be welcome. So let me just stop the recording now so that it can be easier and it won't be too much to watch. So let me stop the recording. Recording form. Yeah, so we'll continue next class with that.